Hi, welcome to Chicago Green Drinks. It's October 2009. I am Peter Nicholson, the Executive Director of the Foresight Design Initiative. We're talking today with Rob Sadowski, the Executive Director of the Active Transportation Alliance. Welcome, Rob.
Thank you, Peter.
First question, you recently changed your name to represent a sort of a new expanded mission. Can you tell us a little bit about, it used to be the Chicagoland Bike Federation, and now you're Active Transportation. What does the name change signify?
Well, it really signifies a mission expansion. Our work had been taking us first into areas of pedestrian advocacy and then into transit advocacy, particularly because of the whole financing piece, that in order to get the big victories and the big wins for money coming into ped and bike, we needed transit as part of that too. That work was exciting to us. It was energizing some of our members, energizing our staff and board. It seemed like a natural progression for us over the last 4 years of moving into that area to just then take that next big leap, fully change our mission, expand it, and then we needed a new name. One of the things we found in the process was that people knew what CBF was, but they didn't know what it stood for. Was it the Chicagoland Bike Federation, which you just said, Chicago Bicycle Land, and our name recognition wasn't as high as we thought it would be, and the whole transition is going great, and the mission expansion has been going wonderful for us.
Great. What are some of the current issues facing transportation issues from your perspective at the Active, as it's called Active Trans?
Well, we take it from a number of angles. We take it from a safety angle, which is often from a user of the roads. The big thing that's on our mind, which is the streets are dangerous out there. There's a lot of people out there driving with cell phones and other distracted ways. We need to take care of that problem to make our streets safe. The second thing is we're burning a lot of carbon. About 31% of the region's carbon is due to transportation choices that individuals make. And if we can make some dents to get people moving into walking, biking, and transit, we're going to really take some big stabs at the carbon. And in order to do that, we need money and we need fairness in the way that we represent all that. And you'll probably hear that in the panel tonight amongst everyone, is funding becomes an interwoven issue with all of this. And in order for us to win funding, we need a bigger constituency.
Absolutely. I think it's also really interesting. Chicago has become, in my experience, a much more bike-friendly town. And our office is on the ground floor, and we look out on the street, and I've noticed just over the last couple of years, more people commuting in all kinds of weather. Is there something that you attribute that change, that culture shift that seems to be happening in Chicago?
Well, yeah, absolutely, and data is supporting that. There's a lot of things that are going on simultaneously. One is that we've built a network where people can now get from many places to other places through that bike network, and it's easier to get onto that network. So the network is big enough that we've got that capacity. The second thing is that as more people are bicycling, it actually breeds more people bicycling. It's become a cultural opportunity. People bike because it's cool or hip, and that continues that. And the third thing is the streets are becoming safer. As more bicyclists are on the road, the rate of crashes are going down, and there's data to support that. So that, quote, critical mass is there, and we're really excited to see that. In Chicago, we had an increase in the last 3 years of women bicycling by 47%.
Wow.
It's the biggest increase of any metropolitan area in the entire country in that same period of time.
Someone's out there counting all the women bicycling.
Well, they're counting and they're doing surveys, and yeah. Right now, this Department of Transportation, you may see it, there are little tubes on the ground. They're counting bicycles as they go into different areas.
When I'm biking, I'll make sure to go over a couple times.
Go over a couple times around there.
I'll circle back around.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, but we got a game for you to play.
Yeah.
When you're looking out your front window, it's a game that I picked up in Boulder, Colorado, where, so if you and I are in the game, we'll name the next 3 brands of bicycles that are going to go by, and whoever gets their brands to come by. So you might go Trek, Schwinn, Giant, and you might choose 3 others, and then you can there's enough bicyclists in Chicago to play that game now.
One of the issues seems to me, I play a different game when I'm riding my bike. It's called Helmet Light game.
Yeah.
It's called the Helmet Light iPod game.
Yeah.
One, does the bike in front of me have an iPod? Are they listening to an iPod so they're not going to hear me when I tell them I'm on their left? Are they wearing a helmet? And if it's at night, are they driving with a light on? Are there things that we can do to improve bicycler safety in Chicago? Because I see a lot of these folks just sort of oblivious to rather, in my opinion, simple things.
Well, there's certainly things that we can do, and there are things that we are doing through our Bicycle Ambassador program to educate bicyclists and drivers, and particularly children. One of the things that we would like to see is mobility education. We'd like to convert driver's education, which is required of all high school students in the state of Illinois, to be expanded to mobility education. They would have a course on driver's education. In addition to that, they would take classes on pedestrian safety. They would take classes on bicycle, including on-street, on-bicycle safety, as well as transit planning, so they get the full range of mobility education as part of that. And we think that'll make a big difference long term.
Absolutely.
But of those 3 things that you mentioned, only one is required by the law, which is is a front headlight, and you need a rear reflector. Our goal is to make bicycling so safe and the street so safe that you don't need a helmet. But until we get to that ideal point in time, we certainly recommend that people wear a helmet at all times.
Absolutely. 2 more questions for you. What are you most excited about coming up in the future? What sort of keeps you motivated and engaged in this work?
Things that we're real excited about is the concept of bus rapid transit, is to bring a lot of transit into the community quickly without a lot of infrastructure expenses. We're very excited by bicycle sharing, which is taking the bicycles and making them available for free for half an hour and really encouraging this usage. And we're seeing mode shift, the number of people that are riding bicycles compared to cars really increase in those communities that are doing that. Those are 2 examples of things that we're real excited about. And the third thing is what we're trying to do from an advocacy level is to make the road safer by requiring cars to stop for pedestrians and crosswalks. Right now it's required to yield. We have a state law that we're really trying to build on.
Great. Sounds like you're working on a lot of different fronts.
Yeah, that's one of our problems is we do too many things.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Last question. Favorite green business product in town that you enjoy?
Well.
Of any sort or variety?
I guess I would say it's my CSA farm. I'm an Angelic Organics farm, and I'm a drop-off site, so I get to see and live that every week, and that's a big part of my personal life is experiencing that.
What was in the box this week?
A lot of broccoli and collards and eggplant and a lot of cilantro. So I actually yesterday made grilled pizza with a bunch of that.
Oh wow, great. Rob, thanks for joining us here
You're
at
welcome.
Chicago Green Drinks. We look forward to seeing you here sometime soon.